Hello, everyone. I'm Andrew Can, and if I can, you can too. Just wanted to give a huge shout out to Doug Hewson and Chantel Hills for redirecting to the live stream, and wanted to thank you all for watching. If you are brand new here, we're going to be doing YouTube video SEO reviews. We're not going to be watching the entire video. We are just going to be looking at the YouTube SEO portion. So that's title, that's description, that's tags, that's hashtags, and transcript, an often forgot about part of the video SEO process. YouTube makes a transcript of every single thing we say in a video, so it's important to remember that. I just wanted to say, welcome everyone. I see Rated from Doug and Chantel. Great to see you, Pam. Great to see a lot of folks here. Really excited for today's stream. If you are brand new here, please let me know in the chat, but we are going to be doing this in a giveaway system. And or if you're unaware, it's not really a giveaway, it's just a Streamyard giveaway tool. You type something into the chat, that's all you have to do to enter. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go ahead and get started with a special message, which is happy birthday. And you might be wondering, is it your birthday, Andrew? It is not. I have a 2-year-old black cat. It is his birthday today. So I wanted to go ahead and celebrate my cat's birthday. So happy birthday to my 2-year-old black cat, Simon. Great to see everyone. And I'm just going to read some messages as we give people the opportunity to get their channel looked at. The way this is going to work is on a video by video basis. We are going to look at your most recent video for SEO. The reason it's going to be your most recent video is because you should have good SEO practices on every video you upload. I've tried this in the past and people are like, please choose this video. The idea is you can't miss. Your fundamentals on YouTube are important from video after video, so that's the idea here. Happy birthday to my cat, Simon. Huge shout outs to Chantel Hills, Doug Hewson, everyone who is watching, and also my YouTube members who, if you're unaware, this live stream today is brought to you by my members, one of which Chantel is graciously a member. So thank you so much, Chantel. You're doing more than enough and above and beyond. I can't appreciate you enough. We also have Anita Wong. We also have Susan, aka Homekeeping Channel, and we have my good friend and co-owner of the KDCC, which is our community, Ike, also in the membership. So really good to see everyone. Gonna go back, give people a little bit more time to type in hashtag happy birthday in the chat for your opportunity to get a video SEO review. And as we go along with this live stream, you'll kind of get an idea of what we're going to be looking for today. See a lot of people here in the chat. So I see interested to see how you go about this. Sounds fun. I hope so. I see I see life with Lucia and Glenn. Newbie, great to have you here. Alvin T. Watkins says, hey, Doug. Hello, Doug. Yep, first time here from, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, Cadu Ribeiro? Probably not perfect on the pronunciation. Chantel says, thank you. Thank you so much. I like and share you out. Well, very much appreciated on that. Going to give just a little bit of time here. And while I'm doing that, what I'm also going to have for people who are wondering is just on screen the words that you can type in as I'm going through with chat, as I'm looking through the different channels. We're going to be picking this from YouTube itself, makes it easy on myself. We're going to be looking at your latest video, and I promise we do this on a grading system. It's really I promise it might seem intimidating. It is not. It is we look for improvements that you can make today. I know some people are scared to put their YouTube channel out there. I promise you it is going to be a fun experience. We are here to help and educate and grow, because in the reality of everything, that's when the most fun for me is when we can have these honest conversations. And if you stick around, I actually might show you my own faults when it comes to SEO. I'm not perfect. I never claim to be, but I can say you can learn, you can grow, you can adapt. So with that, I think we've given quite a good amount of time here. So I'm going to go ahead, exit the full screen, hashtag happy birthday. If you're trying to get in just at the last minute, good to see you, Homekeeping Channel. I see from Monique. Now I think about it, my last long video was last week. Well, hey, a week is not that long ago. So with that, we are going to go ahead, type in happy birthday, and we're drawing. Let's see who we get. All right, Life with Lucia and Glenn. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. You are selected as our current giveaway winners. But before we go into there, I want to give everyone the opportunity to get the next opportunity to get a review. So if you see the hashtag on screen, you will see hashtag Chantel Hill. She has no idea this is the hashtag. This is her finding out just as you are. Shout outs to Chantel and Doug. Doug will probably be one later. We'll figure that out. But I just wanted to say, shout outs to Chantel, shout outs to Doug for really, helping here. So I'm excited to take a look at this channel. I'm excited, because this is just a really great opportunity for all of us, right? So Chantel Hill's in the chat for the next opportunity, but do not worry, we have not forgotten where we've come from. I'm not Andrew from the block, if you understand that joke. That might be that might be just a little bit out there. But whatever, I'm here to have some fun. Now, I am going to go ahead and I'm pulling this channel up on the back end. If you're wondering why is he stalling for time? I'm trying to find this channel on the back end. And here we go. Now, I'm going to share my screen now so you can see what I'm looking at. And I'm going to give you my thought process on everything, right? So we're going to look at their most recent video, whether that is, a live stream replay, whether that is an actual video, it does matter. So I'm going to pull their channel up now. And here we are. So I See Life with Lucia and Glenn. We are going to go on Bias Silicon Mandarin Sunshine in a Bottle. Sicilian, not silicon. So I want to go ahead and look here. So one of the first things I'm noticing as a new user, as someone who's not familiar with the channel, and keep in mind, all of this is going to be coming with that mindset. So if I'm looking at this from purely what YouTube is looking at, it's a little bit different than maybe what a viewer is looking at, because you got to remember, on YouTube, the easier we can make it for YouTube to understand what our video is about, the easier it is to match that interest with the right audience for this video, right? So here's what I will tell you. If I look at Bio-Sicilian Mandarin Sunshine in a Bottle, I'm a little confused as a viewer what exactly that means. Looking here, this refreshing Italian beverage is all about capturing the essence of Sicily. I didn't actually necessarily grab that by the title. And why that's important is maybe you can mention, is Bio-Sicilian Mandarin Sunshine, is the Bio-Sicilian Mandarin drink Sunshine in a Bottle? Well, that's immediately a little more clear for me as a viewer, YouTube as a platform, and it gives us just a little bit of information, right? So I love the sun emoji. I think that's fun. I'm not sure what this mini IT is. Maybe it's supposed to be the Italian flag, if I were to take a guess. Sometimes the emojis don't translate, like it's not translating here. Discovering Poland with Monique, got it immediately. Jenny from the block, but just wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. So immediately, that's just something I'm thinking about from YouTube as a viewer, right? Is that it's not exactly 100% clear to me. Now, if I look here, I see that you repeat the title, but you have all this space. Now, I'm assuming that you're tab indenting on YouTube here, but I'd actually recommend you not do that. Here's why. YouTube is using that first 200 characters where I have in red here as the opportunity for them to understand what this video is about. Look at what you have titled. Make sure that your title is kind of organically described in the description. And then they go a step further. And I often tell people this. If you are unaware, if I'm showing you this for the first time, you can go down here, show transcript. YouTube is looking at every word you say. And what are they going to be doing? They want to make sure that people are not clicking on videos that are misleading. It is a huge problem where clickbait is prevalent on YouTube. You don't want to be clickbaiting. You want to be click worthy, which is a different mindset. So they're going to make sure that whatever you title or describe this video as, that it's going to show up in the first 30 seconds or so. So as I'm looking here, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Dry Drinker Diaries, where we bring you nothing but the best non-alcoholic drinks from all over the world. Tonight we have a very special episode. We are going to feature the organic Renata Glass Bio Sicilia, courtesy of our friends. Okay, good. So it looks like you kind of have the title organically here. What I would just say, and again, this could just be YouTube's transcript not being perfect, I would just say you should definitely consider, like, if you know your title, and this is why it's super important, whenever you make a video, try to plan out the title a little bit before you make the video so that you can say or feature the main product you're reviewing, you're looking at in those first 30 characters, because YouTube looks and ranks Title is the most important. In terms of metadata we enter, thumbnail's a different beast. Then it looks for your description and matches it with what you have here in your transcript. So number 1, number 2, number 3. Now, I say this knowing that me personally, I would say you should probably say it in the video. I'm thinking about how YouTube looks at it, right? So looking here, that's pretty strong, right? And then again, I would get rid of this space. I would actually add, say, check out this playlist because you told me in the transcript it's a series. So I would immediately, after this description, link to a playlist so that if people want to watch more, it's in the playlist. It is in the description. It is maybe at the end screen. But again, these are the things that YouTube is looking at. Gonna go ahead and clear this. So this refreshing Italian beverage is all about capturing the essence of Sicily, made with organic Sicilian Mandarin origin. Love this. It really kind of restates that Sicilian Mandarin here. It's a burst of citrusy goodness in every sip, perfect for a healthy and delicious pick-me-up. It's bio-organic, and I love this. I think you described this so well. And I see this, look, life with Lucia and Glenn, we are learning. That is the point, right? No one is perfect. And I just, hopefully, my best, I want to see you making these changes. If you are waiting for your own SEO review, you can do these changes. If you are like, whoa, I'm not doing that, I have this, change it. Let's update it. Let's learn together. You don't have to just watch someone being reviewed. You can follow along. That's the beauty of this. And when you do that, you're taking your next level. Every winner, and I will say this to, I am red in the face, every winner was once a beginner. And of course, my camera froze. Hello. What? Hello? Can you hear me? Weird. Not sure if you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. Oh no, LMAO is right. What? Hello? We don't see my camera has not had an issue before. Well, you guys can hear me. No cam. Well, here's the thing, right? Where we're going, we don't need cameras. We're here to focus on the full screen. We will figure that one out in a later date. Not sure why. As long as you guys can hear me, that's really the most important thing. So here's we are anyway. Going back to focus. You got to pivot, folks. We're doing it live. So yes, that is what I would say here. So looking here, you have a really not bad. I would give this title out of an A to B grade. I'd probably give this a strong C+ to B-. And what I mean by that is YouTube titles, going back to this focus, should be both searchable, which I think this is, if people know what it is, but also it should be enticing. I'm not super sure it's enticing. So what I would tell you is Bio-Sicilian Mandarin. I would say, is Bio-Sicilian Mandarin sunshine in a bottle non-alcoholic drink review? Make it super clear what you're doing, who it's for, so that YouTube can understand. Because again, you talk about it very elegantly and beautifully in the transcript. I don't see that here in the title, in the description. And then let's look at tags. Again, tags are not as important as they used to be. They're losing relevance. It doesn't mean they are irrelevant. They are just losing relevance. So we will, okay, Streamyard, not sure what. Look, I'm back. Here I am. So sorry about that. So I guess we'll go back to this. Hello. Say the title one more time. Sure. So I would look, when I'm looking at this title, I would say, let's say, so I would say Bio-Sicilian Mandarin, sunshine in a bottle. I would say is, so you want to ask a question of your audience, because if you just tell me that this is sunshine in a bottle, there's really no intrigue, right? Tech happens when live. You got me there, Pam. I have no answer to that one. Doug, thank you so much for joining the membership. Really appreciate you. And then I see from 30-day reviews, teach me great master, LOL, hope you're well, sir. I am. He got a recent A++ in our channel reviews. Should I do that for the full playlist? So this is just advice for this individual video. If you could be more descriptive in the playlist, absolutely you should. But I'm going to continue moving forward. You get now, I noticed you're using hashtags here. This tags, and I know this can be confusing, so I will go in full screen. YouTube tags are not the same thing as hashtags. Hashtags live in the description of your video, and they should be at the bottom of that description. YouTube tags are hidden in the show more section of YouTube. They are a separate thing. They are to describe the video and tag it, not be public. I can see it because I'm using a third-party tool, but the point of those tags is to restate the title, description, and what you say in the transcript. Do not add hashtags to the YouTube hidden tags. The hashtags themselves are a separate thing. So with that, I would say you get 500 characters here. Really look into doing some keyword research. Again, YouTube has its own free keyword research tool. And what I would tell you is, like, I would put bio Sicilian Mandarin without the hashtag. I would put the full title when you update it. I would put bio Sicilian Mandarin non-alcoholic drink. I'd put bio Sicilian Mandarin review. I would put whatever you can to help YouTube and the audience who would be searching, more importantly, understand them. So that is why I would recommend get rid of the hashtag here and make sure you're just adding ways tags should be used as other ways, misspellings or other ways people would search and possibly find this video. So looking here, I would say this is a really solid start. I would say that this is a very overall solid C+. There's a lot of places that we can improve. I would say immediately just making sure we get rid of the spacing in the title, include a playlist in the description. And ultimately, it is just one of those things where we can make sure we're adding more for the viewer, right? We always, when you optimize for the viewer, YouTube understands what viewers to help send it to. And it's not a dig towards you at all. A C+ is passing. This isn't bad at all. I love what you say in the actual video. That transcript part, I've seen so many intros where they don't even mention the product they're looking at until way later. So this is really solid. And I want to give you a round of applause, everyone. Please say huge shout outs. And I really do appreciate it. And while I'm here, because I can help and because it's the right thing to do, I'm going to go ahead and give you a like, leave this open so that I can watch it later. And with that, if you are waiting to get a review, there's two things you need to know. 30-day reviews is up next, but we are going to draw. If you were looking for your opportunity to get a YouTube SEO review, all you have to do is type in hashtag Chantel Hills in the chat, and you too can get your YouTube channel looked at. Shout outs to Doug. Doug, if you would like me to look at it, your recent video, I absolutely can, but I know you're a master in your own right. So I would leave that up to you. Chantel Hills is all you have to type in. Congrats. Welcome, everyone, says Noti. Good to see you. Chantel Hills. Oh, good to see build with Mooney or money. That's why we do have to came out with a title and thumbnail first, so we can use that title as a keyword in the video as well. Absolutely. Well, that's good SEO practice. I understand sometimes, look, I'm no better. I get inspired. I'm in the heat of the moment, and I don't always do it too. I try to, but that's just not realistic as us as creators. If you are inspired, I'd rather you make the video than don't, but I rather you make the video with well researched, etc. I rather you make it with a blueprint, not on the seat of your pants. But hey, if you make the video, that's cool and that's important. Can moon like the moon. Moon, got it. Hi there. I'm so bad at this. Happy to hear any tips. Look, sweet spicy pepper. Every winner was once a beginner. Look, if we I've learned so much as I've gone through doing this that I feel like a lot of times, and I will show if you keep watching, you'll see at the end of the stream here that I am no better. I have actually, and I think it's super important to show that, look, I sometimes don't get it right too. And it is okay. YouTube has so many things you have to learn and be good at. So in that regard, right, it is a challenging thing to do. So with this, keep in mind, super chats do take priority, but we are going to draw. We have given time. Let's draw Did I get the drum roll right? Who knows? I did not even close. Driving with Miles, congratulations. You're going to get the next SEO YouTube channel review after 30-day reviews. So I will go ahead and throw 30-day reviews up here on the screen. And let's go ahead. I guess we're going with, technically, let's go to videos, right? This is the recent video. Going to go ahead and give that a like. I actually started watching this, but then I got distracted by something in my day-to-day life. So with that said, let's go ahead. And while we are doing that, I'm going to set up the next person who wants to get their channel review. So shout outs to Driving with Miles. Congratulations on that. Going to pull your channel up. But what we really want to focus on when it comes to just this in general, right, is that any YouTube channel can learn from what we're doing, and you can follow along as we are doing it, right? So I would say, as we look at these two channels, we need to remember that some of the stuff that applies to 30-day reviews can apply to you. So the first thing I want to look at when I look at this is title. And I got to say, this is very compelling. It tells me exactly what it is. Style my mustache without wax. So step one, pretty straightforward yet effective title. I feel this is more search optimized, which is not a bad thing. It's just keeping that idea. The next thing I would say is let's look at this transcript, which as I look here is pretty solid. You know, we have a little bit of personality. What I would definitely recommend is that you should definitely above, when I hit show more here, this is what's known as the fold. I would, if you can, link to a playlist, link to another video you would want people to watch, or an action you want them to take. If it is affiliate sales, which I see you have that, link to the affiliate link right here. We are checking that what you say here matches, right? So style your mustache without wax. Sometimes mustache wax isn't what we want to do. But what other options are there? Well, no wax semi-natural is what I do. In this video, we will take a look at how I curl my mustache without the hassle of adding mustache wax. I would maybe the only thing is, I think this is not bad. Again, try to repeat your title as organically as possible. I would say learn how to style your mustache without wax is the first little bit here in the description so that you're repeating this title, right? Again, title, then description, then transcripts, right? Then after you put that period, sometimes the rest is good. Then I would link to maybe another video, maybe like you put to here. Maybe I'd link to a video. If I'm trying to get affiliate sales, I'd link to that. Overall, not bad. Playlist you may like. Love that that's here. Really good. Smart disclaimer. The only thing I would say is I'm not seeing hashtags. I do think you should still use them. I know some people are like, oh, I don't think they're effective. If YouTube says to use a feature, use it. It is literally one of those simple things you can do to help yourself. And any opportunity you can, within following guidelines and reason, you absolutely should do. So I'd recommend some hashtags, but I'm getting a little nitpicking here. The next thing we are going to do is take a look at the transcript. So when I look at a transcript, I want to see, do we restate that title? And again, YouTube is very helpful, shows me the second-by-second breakdown. Here's another thing. If you don't, consider adding chapters based on transcripts. So, gentlemen, today we are talking the wax and not using it in our mustache. Today we are talking about the no wax handlebar. Now, you might be saying, Justin, why would you want to be waxing your mustache? Well, sometimes, again, this could just be the chat. What I'm saying is, I would say, gentlemen, today we are taking the wax and not using it in our mustache because today we are styling our mustaches without wax. Again, just you might mention it, and the good thing about this is you can toggle the timestamps on and off if you're looking. But I would just say, keep in mind, if you title it, YouTube looks at your transcript. If you learn anything from me today, when you are making your videos, please, 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 please restate the main objective focus of your video in the transcript at least, and I mean absolutely bare minimum, one time. YouTube is looking at what you title your video. what you describe your video, and is it in the actual video itself via the transcript? If you title your video one thing, but never say it within the video itself, that can actually be harming your videos because it doesn't look like what you've titled your video is actually what's being said in it. You can get really close, but again, best SEO practice is to restate your title as well as you can with that data and research in mind. So please consider that when you are doing it. But this isn't bad at all. I think you get really close. Today we were talking about the no wax handlebar. Now, I mean, style your mustache without wax. It's super, super close. So I would just say, I would just keep that in mind when it comes to it because you're doing a lot right. It's such a simple change for you. And I know that you're very thoughtful and you are meticulous with your reviews, 30-day reviews. So it's just, again, one of those things I would consider. Looking here, you have 30-day reviews. Always a good practice to have your channel name. If people search up your YouTube channel, you want your recent videos to show up. Male grooming products makes sense. This is what this is. Male grooming, mustache care, handlebar mustache, no wax mustache. Good. Tag order used to matter like back in 2015. These days, as long as it's in the tags at this point. Don't use a mustache wax to get a handlebar. I'm not sure how many people are searching for that, but you do say it. How to curl mustache. I would say that's a good one. I would just add but I kind of see without wax. Any of these things, you know, handlebar mustache without wax, no wax. Those are great tags. Again, keeping to what you have titled and described this as. If I'm looking at this, another like nitpick would be let's go for those 500 tags if you can. You can use YouTube's keyword research feature. I would easily say for me, this is a very, very, very solid B+. I think you're doing almost everything you can. There's a couple of things I would do just to improve and change, but really great job. Really good question from how about facial hair for a tag? It's not bad. It's just almost too broad. You get 500 characters of tags. Doesn't mean you get 500 tags. You get 500 character length in tags. So if you can, try to put as many as you can. You can also look at how people found your video via search, add those. Just something to think of. So with that, we have our B+. And now, next thing I want to do is if you are looking for the opportunity to get your YouTube channel looked at, all you have to do is type in hashtag Doug Houston YouTube in the chat. Yeah, this is one of those easy opportunities for you to get a free YouTube channel review. Do not worry, though. Driving with Miles, you are next up here. But I just want to give everyone the opportunity as we are waiting. Thank you so much, 30-day reviews for the super chat. Super appreciated it. And honestly, you do so much right. If it seems like this is minor or things like you can change for the next video, it is. Everything we're doing today is super actionable. 30-day review says, I'll accept it, Andrew. Thank you so much. Or sir, actually, I think is what he said. Doug Houston, where are you here in this chat? Want to shout outs to Doug, shout outs to Chantel. They were both our picks of words for the day. This is the one place that hashtag gets you something. I actually will counter this, Doug. There is another place that hashtags actually can help you, and that's YouTube Shorts. If you're watching this and thinking, oh, he's just focused on normal YouTube videos, this doesn't apply to me, I'm a live streamer. This doesn't apply to me, I'm a Shorts creator. Wrong, it absolutely applies to you. Just because YouTube Shorts focuses on the Shorts feed does not mean that it isn't also using Shorts in search. It isn't also using Shorts and suggested outside of that Shorts feed. So every practice I'm telling you actually applies to all of those things. If you are really paying attention to what I'm saying, I'm thinking of ways to organically talk about how to grow on YouTube with strategic YouTube SEO reviews during the stream. I just did the title right there, taking my own practice, putting it into work. That's how you do it. But here we are, Doug Houston YouTube on screen. Gonna have this one last time. And now let's go driving with Miles, huh? I see what I did there. I love this so far, everything I'm seeing. 2024, how to pass your driving test, driving class for beginners. So looking here, love this first person point of view, really creative as I think about it. Go ahead and give this a thumbs up. Now, here's what I immediately gather from this. Here's what we all need to be thinking, right? So 2024, when I see a date, that is not a bad thing. I would just keep in mind that as this goes on, this video lives on, This date might not be as important as the other parts. If you do not know this about YouTube titles, this goes for anyone. YouTube thinks as the first part of your description or your title more important than the latter part, right? I would say this title is not bad. It is a simple how to. I would say the date is not super relevant. I would say how to pass your driving test slash driving class for beginners. I don't think this is bad at all. I think this is straightforward. People are going to be looking for this. This is not a bad title. It's very search focused. I would say there are other ways you could watch this, so it doesn't have to just be a how to, but this is a very solid title. So I would just maybe remove the date, really bring in how to pass your beginner's driving test slash driver's class. I feel like the for beginners it's useful, but that's just something I would consider tweaking. I'm going to undo that last bit. Love that from Tube Spanner. And now as I click around, the next thing I am going to take a look at is I want to go ahead and look here. Now, again, you'll notice that we'll see this commonly. Please do not tab enter here. I want you to make sure that you have your entire description showing up before the fold. Get rid of this spacing. YouTube reads your description. Only about 10 to 15%, according to YouTube in 2021, read the description. But YouTube, 100% of the time, reads the description. Super important to have your description look well. I know it's a little weird to have like this big one run-on sentence in the description. It's just the rules of the game we got to play. So that would be my main piece of feedback there. I have a see here quick question. If you give the thumbs up but don't watch the video for more than 30 seconds, does it make YouTube think it's not a real like? No, I've been on this video page for a little bit longer. They understand that people might be going to the bathroom. Sometimes people are watching on TV. It'll still count. This is a good one. How to pass driver's test in Ohio. The only problem I have with that is it might be too specific. If this is like a general like video. So looking here, I see that your title pretty good. Actually, I really do like it. I think it says what it is. Next thing I'm looking at is welcome to Driving with Miles, your go-to resource for aspiring. I would say this isn't bad, but this master the road, learn to drive with Miles certified. This doesn't actually describe what is in the title at all. So that's something we could immediately change. I would say learn how to pass your driving test / driving class if you're a beginner. That restates the title beautifully. It does that. And then what I would say is you can master the road with driving with Miles, right? And again, we are just figuring out ways to put this. The next thing I would say is let's look at your transcript, right? So let's show this transcript. A left turn, you need to turn in nearest lane, that's double. Okay. And look, if you are just getting straight into the driving test, I understand that. Just keep in mind that YouTube itself would like maybe it's just you, Miles. I'm assuming that's your name because it's literally Driving with Miles, talking to the camera directly. Maybe it's like, hi, in this Driving with Miles video, I'm going to show you how to pass your driving test if you're a beginner. Here is a real life demonstration of me driving with someone. Get right into it. You've restated the title, you gave the audience what they're looking for, and you start right into the action. Less than 10 seconds, immediately get right into it. And you can restate your title, and it gives us the opportunity as the audience to learn more with you. So, the current keyword, I saw someone said review next. All you have to do is type in Doug Houston, hashtag Doug Houston YT in the chat for your opportunity. Let's go back to Driving with Miles. So, again, it's not bad. It's just one of those things where all of this stuff matters. This, when I'm talking to you about the title, the description, the hashtag, the transcript, is ways that YouTube looks at what this video is to send it on YouTube. So a lot of times people feel like, I'm being shadow banned. That is the word of the day when I see, like, that's my flag word of, are you? Let's go deeper. Impressions, which is when YouTube shows your videos, title and thumbnail to a person on different places on YouTube, are generated based off of metadata. if you don't know what metadata on YouTube is your video's title, your video's description, your video's transcript, your video's tags, your video's hashtags. All 5 of those come together to help YouTube send it to the right audience. And so, if your title isn't that well optimized, if your title or description and your tags and your transcript aren't like cohesive and helping one another, YouTube has a harder time. The more information us as creators can give YouTube, the more we can learn and grow and get better. And here's the thing, this took me a long time to learn. It's trial and error. If you are just watching this and thinking, oh man, I'm making this mistake, this mistake, this mistake, let's take a breath and let's tackle it together. You're not alone on this journey. It is difficult. It is okay to be learning with us. I'm so passionate because I know every channel we've talked about today is actionable, is doable. And if you didn't get it right on one video, the beauty of YouTube is you have the next one to work on it. So as we go back to driving with Miles, I see here, Momo's Nail Corner. I don't think I've ever used a hashtag. Hey, today is the day to start learning. Hashtags are for your more broad thing. So I saw something here earlier, right? This goes from, we were talking about driving reviews, we were talking about how to drive in America. That'd be a great hashtag. Is too broad to be a YouTube tag, right? So there is so much that you can learn and do. Now, as I look at your tags, DMV errors, permit test, driving lessons in the USA, these are pretty broad. They're not bad. I think how to drive for beginners would be a great tag because it really kind of focuses it. How to pass your driving test should be a tag. How to pass your driving class should be a tag. Then I would put them all together. And then I would make sure to add for beginners, driving tutorials for beginners, how to drive for beginners, safe driving for beginners. Again, focus this from this. This is really solid. Like driving with Miles, like you have the content. Like this stuff is so needed. Driving instructors in the US especially are so crucial, especially when there are just people who don't have the means or the resources to do it any other way. So for that, I can't thank you enough. I would say that looking here, I think you have a really solid title. I think that for your description, there's some things we can tweak. Get rid of this space. Again, that's something you could literally be doing during the stream. Make sure if you can't really say what you're doing or focusing on, I understand that sometimes it doesn't naturally kind of go into the video style. There are ways you can do it. Like I said, you could just start at the top of the video. I would say this is a very solid C+ as well. Maybe I would go C to C+. I'll give you that in the range. But you're doing a lot right, and you're doing important work for people that absolutely need this kind of instruction. I just want to make sure, and the power of SEO is when you get SEO right, you're spreading your message to millions of potential people that need to hear it. SEO for a lot of people can be that barrier. It is one of those things where it's just another thing for YouTube. And I get it, trust me. But when you get it right and you build that piece of content and it hits, that feeling is so exciting. And you see the numbers go up and you start understanding YouTube. And it hopefully, if anything, it shows all of you watching the importance of SEO. With that, let's go ahead and type last chance to get your YouTube channel looked at. While we are waiting for entries, let me know, do you have any questions in those comments down below? This has been so much fun for me, and I hope you watching are having fun too, learning along with us, because this is just a different side of YouTube. Usually what we do is we look at the channel, which is a different part. Today, we're looking at the YouTube video SEO themselves. So good to see you. Foxtail Clips, good to see you. It's good. Welcome to the weekend is right. Looking here, want to make sure that we are looking for any questions that come in. Of course, Doug Houston YT is the way. Right here from Noti Buddy, possibilities are endless and learning never stops. It's the best part of YouTube. No matter what age you are, you can always get started. Absolutely true. So One thing I will tell you, if you are unaware, Michelangelo is the greatest sculptor probably of his time, in my opinion. But crucially, most people know him for painting the Sistine Chapel. Factually, in letters he wrote to his friends, his family, he was not a painter. He said, forgive me, I am not a painter. Why do I say this? Michelangelo, one of the greats, at later in his life, said, I'm still learning. He never once considered himself a master, but we do now. You are always learning on YouTube. You are always experimenting. You're growing. And if we do this right, you get to watch this, and afterwards, you follow back along. You learn with us. You grow with us. And then you can apply these things. You understand these principles. Super important. Doug Houston, we have given enough time. Let's draw. This is one of my favorite parts. Can I get this freaking drum roll down? I don't know. So close. All right, build with Mooney. Give it a hashtag there. Now, as we look at build with Mooney, we are going to go ahead. Now, if you are been following along, you have the opportunity to follow this. So I'm going to go ahead and get Build with Mooney channel pulled up. We're going to go ahead and take a look at his recent video. And we are going to go ahead and take a look at this. While that is going, if you are looking for an opportunity to get your YouTube channel looked at, there are a couple of ways you can do it. 1, we have a hashtag on screen. 2, super chats always take the priority. 3, if you are a member, that is an opportunity for you to get one-on-one coaching. I bring this up because down in the description, our members made this live stream possible. Shout outs to our recent member, Doug Houston, for joining. But we also have Chantel Hills. We have Anita Wong. We have Home Cooking Channel. We have my good partner and friend, Ike. Ike is my business partner. So just want to make sure to say thank you to all of my members. Thank you, everyone watching. It is one of my greatest opportunities and one of my greatest pleasures is your time and to look at your channels. And I sincerely love to help and teach. And I hope that we can continue on this. Now, I am going to go ahead and put in the next word that you can enter for your opportunity to get your channel looked at. So, because this is made possible by our members, and we want to say shout outs to our members, we are going to give everyone the opportunity to type in hashtag KDCC, which is our Discord server, free for anyone to join. Just a lot of fun. I can't say thank you to everyone enough. Monique says round of applause. Monique, thank you so much for being here. It's really, really great to see you. It's really great to see everyone. I see Hotel Room Insider. Ooh, love that kind of channel. I personally might have to give that a look after the stream. Those are my kind of favorite channels. 30-day review says smash that like. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. We have a few people typing in KDCC. Legal-minded friends, Karen says, great reviews. I'm always learning. Thank you so much for the super chat. You are going to be added to the queue so that we can make sure you get yours in between this one and the next one. I thank you so much. It genuinely means a lot. And it just is a great opportunity for other people to learn too. All right, we have KDCC. The moderators, if you can help people in the chat know the word if they're wondering how they can get theirs. But here we are. We are going to pull up. Ooh, let's have some fun. Good to see shop routine, cutting parts, and getting organized. So, looking here, if I am YouTube, right? Shop routine, cutting parts, and getting organized. I might not understand what shop. And this you got to remember, right? YouTube, Google, etc. is thinking, how do I serve this? Shop, shopping, stores, Walmart. They may not know this is not that kind of shop. So let's get specific, right? I'm pretty sure you mean workshop, workstation, right? DIY shop. The more specific you can be, the better. Because this is a little broad. I get it. I understand nuance. Sometimes AI algorithms don't. Food for thought. Routine cutting parts and getting organized. I would actually say how to get your workshop organized. And then I would say you can do it or something like that. Because this is really, at least based on this title, seems to be about getting your workshop organized. And maybe you can even keep that as a series and have let's get those cutting parts in order or something like that, just to really support that latter part. Just super simple. Really does help a lot. So we're going to go ahead and give a thumbs up just because I don't want to forget. Looking here. Ooh. All right. You know, if you watch, what are we going to say? What is, if I can drive a car through here, that's too much space. I would say that for me, I would focus on putting more here that can help when it comes to this. I would say, like, just get rid of this space. You only need one, if any. So I would put that. And also, I love that you put your next thing right here. This is so smart. This is so wise. Love to see it. The next thing I would say is that we have to look at, are you putting this organically, right? So cutting parts. Okay, I see cutting parts. For putting a bench order and trying to keep the shop organized, I will show you a normal workday in my small shop. So, okay, like looking here, I will show you what a normal workday in my shop looks like. Building potting benches. So I guess as myself, and YouTube would be confused, is this a video about, getting organized? Is this a video about building a potting bench? You're telling YouTube a bunch of different things. So YouTube might be a little confused. And it might put it in different areas than you intend. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just understanding the brain, right? The next thing I will say is maybe in the transcript, you help YouTube understand that. So let's look at the transcript, right? We're going to be doing something different in this video. We're going to fill an order from one of my Etsy shops, and it's a potting bench. And I've been out shopping today at Home Depot. My materials, I'm ready to offload on. So it looks like really here, you've kind of told YouTube that this video is about, and it's potting bench. YouTube's like, okay, you talked about the potting bench here. What about the title though? And again, I understand this, and maybe chat, let me know, chat, do you understand this title and description? And I mean, without knowing, looking at transcript, I can see where as a creator this makes sense. As a platform, it's a little confusing. It's just pointing me in different directions, and that's not a bad thing. But when you can really drill down to the focus of what YouTube's wanting, it can go far. Like, it really can. So I would maybe, since you're talking about, I would say building a potting bench and organizing the workshop, because you're now helping people who are looking into potting bench building and workshop organization. Whereas right now it is a little confusing for me personally. It doesn't mean that's a bad thing. So, yeah, just something to think of. Oh, I just noticed. Thank you so much for living in Omaha, David Matinee, #KDCC. You are going to be put in the queue. It's circle time. Also, kids' YouTube channel information is secured like no other. Would love a review on our channel. Stanley told me you'd be the guy to get help from. I completely understand made for kids YouTube channels have their own unique struggles, but the SEO principles really with that limitation are so crucial for MFK made for kids YouTube channels. I understand the frustration of not getting some of the information, not getting some of the features, but SEO is super important, especially for made for kids. And so that is why I have both of you start here. We will take a look at you next. Also notice that we got one from Neo Matrixology. Love the naming there. Really, really good. So with that, let's continue on with this SEO review. So what all I would say is really bring it back to something that is searchable, something that YouTube could easily, recommend. And what I would say there is, I think this part that you've talked about, which is the potting bench and getting your shop organized, is really what I would change this to. Now, the next thing we're going to take a look at is, where's my scroll on the page? It might be because I have transcript open. Oh, I accidentally, what? Where is my scroll wheel? We're going to refresh the video. Okay, there we are. I get it, YouTube. I'm live. YouTube's like, you might watch yourself. I'm like, thanks, YouTube. Spend a day at my shop, cutting parts and organizing. Do it yourself. Make Makita miter saw. How to cut small pieces on a miter saw. How to cut wood on a table saw. How to use it. So again, this goes into. It is a little confusing for me, and I'm sure YouTube, because it's like, well, wait a minute. You talked about building a small potting bench, and you talked about it in the transcript, but your title is one thing, and then you're talking about miter saw. I do see potting bench build, so I guess YouTube will try putting it there. All that to say, YouTube has too many different things you're telling it, and you have a loyal community. 102 views is good. The more you can focus on putting just clarity for title, description, transcript, hashtags, tags, the better it will be. I would say that there's just a bunch of different things you're pulling YouTube in different directions. So it's hard for YouTube maybe to immediately figure out where to send this. And personally, I'm struggling a little bit looking at the title, looking at the description, looking at the transcript and tags. So again, the focus should be, since you talked about it, is let's really get this title focused on, how to build a potting bench and get organized. Because that seems to be like it is your routine. That is okay to explain in the video. Kind of hard for YouTube to recommend that. But, building a potting bench, which you've talked about multiple times, shop organization, also talked about multiple times, is just a little bit easier for YouTube to really kind of send this video. So with that, we will focus there. If I were to give this a grade, I would probably give this a C, just because I think that if you're wondering what gets a D or F, I've seen videos where they never change the file as a title. That usually gets a lower grade. They have nothing in the description, no tags, nothing. So there are ways. This is not one of them. This is a very solid C. This has a lot of room where you can just get that focus. I saw someone said that the link for the Discord doesn't seem to work. It should be working in the description. I just checked it myself. But in case it is not, it is just kdcc.social. You can type that in. So, yes. So with that, I would say this is not bad at all. Really, really solid. Now, I know next we have a couple of things we need to take a look at. And so the next one I want to take a look at is I want to make sure that we take a look at living in Omaha. Go ahead and pull this channel up. And we are going to take a look at the most recent videos. Cost of living in Omaha, Nebraska in 2024. Very solid, very good strategic having there. Not bad at all. If you are wondering, and before we get into this, we have enough for hashtag KDCC. Let us draw, give people the opportunity. Let's see who. And if it is someone who is already paid, we will go ahead and redraw. Dang it, one day I will get that timing. Monique Joyner, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you have been here since a little bit before the beginning. Let's go ahead and take a look at that channel after we go through some of these super chat ones as well. We have a few, but we will put a free one, super chat one, free one. We will mix and match. Do not worry. You will not just be sitting here wondering, oh, will you ever get to the free ones? We make sure to go ahead and go between the two. All right. Now, let's go ahead and go to the cost of living in Omaha. And I pulled up your channel in a new tab. We should be able to see all of this. I think okay, not sure why. Can you guys hear me? Please let me know. Anyway, if you can hear me, I will make this full screen because it's more important. Interesting. I will go ahead and retype it into the chat if you can't see it. I've saved. Please refresh stream. I'm having a couple of weird stream issues. We can hear me. All right, that's all I need. So the cost of living in Omaha, Nebraska in 2024. Love the title. It is doing exactly what it says. This is very solid. I would maybe say, and this is just maybe for curiosity, just to kind of help get people, Maybe it's like the cost of living in Omaha, Nebraska. Excuse me. It could be as simple as, is it worth it? I don't know. That would be something I'm curious of. Is it worth it? Is it too high? Too low? Who knows? Just things you can think about to kind of entice, but overall solid title. In today's video, we explore the cost of living in Omaha, Nebraska. How does the cost of living in Omaha? This is textbook good living in Omaha. Like, great work there. I only would say is like, maybe anytime you say state income tax, you put, Nebraska state you're like, you just consider that, but this is really good. My face cam is having a moment. I apologize on that. Not sure why it's having a moment, but you gotta love tech problems live. As long as you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. It's just you, me, and the sound of my voice. And what's been happening is it seems that eventually StreamYard figures out what happened with my camera. I will troubleshoot that later, but love what I'm seeing. How does Omaha compare to the national average? Love it, love it, love it. Next thing I want to look at is transcript, right? Let's see. What do we say in those first bit? One of the most common questions anyone has when moving in a new area is, what is the cost of living? How does the cost of living compare to where I'm living now? Omaha. Okay, so the first time. Today's video, we're going to explore the cost of living. Good, right before the first 30. The only thing I would say is maybe like trying to fit that in a little bit closer to the beginning, but still, you're following best practice in that first 30 seconds. Love to see it. Amazing work, David. Like, genuinely love to see it. And again, folks, David here, what he's doing, you can kind of learn from David and watch, right? And apply to your video. You can look at my own videos. I have a whole video on how to optimize videos for a beginner. It's using YouTube's free keyword research tool, so it's free to do. It is so important to understand this stuff. So love to see it. Hashtags, cost of living in Omaha, Omaha cost of living, Omaha real estate. Great work there. Can't ask for any better. Now, the next thing I would say is, because this is a 12-minute video and this is starting to go into like other things you can do, maybe consider adding some YouTube chapters, because YouTube chapters can help your video show up in Google search. So because they can do that, you want to make sure that you are considering different ways that your videos can be in front of people. So chapters are a great way. You can maybe do cost of living. You can separate them out. Again, getting a little nitpicky here. That would be my only piece of advice. You have a pinned comment and the next video. Love that. Really smart. Overall, I mean, this is really great textbook SEO. If I'm going to get nitpicky, add some chapters in just to help a little bit more, but you're really doing great there. The next thing I would say is maybe consider, when it comes to this, is that you want to make sure you are, putting in that you have more content, but I feel like you do that well in the pinned comment. Just again, nitpicky. Overall, can't complain. Maybe an enticing element. I think for me, this is a very solid A. The coveted A plus is still a thing, but an A, hey, we take those, David. You have an A twice in your name. Those are A's for you. So really love it. Really love to see it. Now, we will go ahead while we are waiting, and I'm going to pull up the next YouTube channel that we have in the queue, which is Legal Minded Karen. And then we're going to add Monique. But I'm going to give everyone who's watching a chance to get a free YouTube channel review. Hopefully my camera, we stay. We love when we stay on, right? All right, let's go. Next one. If you were wondering, how do I get my opportunity to get a giveaway? We are going to type in hashtag Omaha. Just hopefully I spelled that correctly. This is our hashtag for folks. Hashtag Omaha. Just shout outs to David there. Really great opportunity. If you are looking for the opportunity to get a free YouTube channel review, just type in hashtag Omaha. That'll get you there. And who thought today they would be typing in Omaha, except maybe, David. Maybe we understand that. But everyone else. Is there a strategy for naming chapters? I love this question. Absolutely. the most searchable parts of a video. So like pricing for Omaha, Nebraska should be a hashtag. When you make chapters, something people would search. I love this question. In fact, let's go full screen. It's so important. What is the strategy when it comes to naming YouTube chapters? YouTube chapters should be named after things people are searching for. So if you know that people are searching for price, if people are searching for comparisons to other products, if you know people are searching for how to do something, that should be the YouTube chapter title name. That is so important to do. Great question, and really important for the SEO. Love to see it. Now we have Omaha. Let's go ahead, and I've got to go to Legal Mind with Karen. We are going to go. Ooh, we have a trailer to the recent one here. What are coincidences? Got it. So, trailer, how many coincidences are there in investigations and trials seeking justice for Dan Markle? I would say this is a pretty solid title. I would maybe get rid of the trailer here. It's not really like, I understand this is a trailer. I would maybe just put that closer to the end. I'll go ahead and give a like. As you saw, someone liked it as we were looking at it. I would maybe go ahead and get rid of that trailer or put it at the end. I think, again, going back to what we talked about, the first part of the title is too important to have something like that there. I think how many coincidences are there in investigations and trials? I would say I would get rid of. I would keep it a little more broad, and then I would put the like a line dash or this, seeking justice for Dan Markle, and then I'd put trailer at the very end. Because I think really what you're talking about is, as you literally show in this first frame, is what are coincidences? Let's go. I love that. Watch how many coincidences are perfect. Watch how, like this, if you are looking for a basic way to just have the title organically, this is it. And I do see that you link to this, but still, this is great. This is what we want to see, right? It is just simple. Watch the title. This is a full sentence. This is great job. Love to see it. Now, the next thing I will say is there are no tags. We are going to have to dock for that. But I mean, everything else is great. Like, we love to see that. Now let's go to transcript. And I do think there's some more things you could do. I love that we have the link. That's really good. I would maybe include the hashtags again at the very bottom. Not bad at all, but love to see them. Love how broad they are. Coincidences in law. I would make sure you have some of those. Let's look at the transcript. In today's video, we are going to be talking about one thing I would say. I see this a lot, and I was in my early videos guilty of it. You don't need to say in today's video because they're already there. I would say two things. Today's video, what if I'm watching this at night? Jokes aside, but it is the point. Like, get right into it. I would say we're going to talk about some of the coincidences, right? So instead of in today's video, just get right into it. We're going to talk about some of the coincidences that I want to highlight to you that took place in the investigations and trials seeking justice for, again, get right to it. It's two-word omission and gets straighter to the point. Really good. You really restate this in a very natural way, obviously. Love that it is shown on screen as well. Great job there. If anything, I would just say, similar to other people, what we have said is just kind of get rid of the spacing, describe a little bit more, include more playlist links, include more ways on YouTube they can support you. But really, this is solid. There's nothing I could complain about in terms of just it is simple, but it's effective, right? So I would add, you get 200 characters. Make sure you're using all 200 characters in the description. Really solid there. Just things to think of, in terms of that. It doesn't need to be complicated. And I hope that is shown just with this. Like, this is beautifully simple in the best ways. Like, you're not overcomplicating it. You're giving YouTube and the audience the value they need. So love seeing it. Now, here's the next thing I would say is, if I were to give you a grade, I think this is a solid. There are no tags. So I would have given you, if you had some tags, I would have given this a very easy C+. I think I have to go. You're missing a huge part. I'm going to have to go with C-, but C- is still a degree. Pass in class. So that's not bad. See, for coincidences, there are no coincidences unless I have obviously not watched this video. How many coincidences, I am struggling on this word today, are in the investigation trial seeking justice for Dan Markle? Overall, thank you so much, legal-minded friends with Karen Cole. for this opportunity. You're doing so much right. Again, just the only nitpicky things I would say, get right into the video. You know, I think you have a really good style. I think this is some really good stuff. There are tags they show on my YouTube. I do not see them in the YouTube tag section. Um, so I do not see them on this video in particular. You might have channel keywords, but I'm not seeing them on this one at the time of me showing it. If they're on the full video, you can just copy and paste them over if it makes sense. But I do not see them as I'm looking at it here. But a C minus is not bad. And honestly, I think I'll go to just a C because your description is such a great example of how you don't have to overcomplicate this to be effective. So I'll give you a C. Very, very solid. And thank you for the opportunity. Genuinely love how much you're doing right. Just those little things make the big differences. So with that, we have the word, if people are unaware, Omaha. If you would like a free YouTube channel review, all you have to do is type in hashtag Omaha into the chats. Legal-minded friends with Karen Cole says, thanks. You get a C for that Cole and Karen Cole. But honestly, you make those changes, you could easily be bumped up to an A today. I do see some comments. Great idea. Thank you, says Living in Omaha, of course. Life with Lucia and Glenn. Andrew Can, you were the first person that gave me the best review without calling me focus vomit. Oh my gosh. I immediately went out and made changes to that video. Now I know what I need to do moving forward. That honestly, that's why I do this. And thank you. Thank you so much for those kind words. I do my best to help anyone I can. You know, that's why here at KDCC, you know, we have our free Discord community linked in the description. We have just the membership if you're wanting more one-on-one opportunities. But really, we do a mixture of these free. We do a mixture of the paid because it matters. And I cannot say thank you to everyone enough who has super chatted, liked, thanked, given me your precious time. And I hope you know that. So let's go and look at this next person who is, I'm so excited. Monique, let's go. You have been here for a little bit before the beginning. So Monique has been very patiently waiting. Let us go. So this one is about audiobook upload simplified. Learn how to easily upload your audiobook files to Authors Republic in a step-by-step guide. Perfect. Love it. Only thing I would say is, weirdly enough, you might have simplified the title too much because here's what I mean by that. YouTube might send this to a lot of different like audiobook publishing places. And since this video is specifically for Authors Republic, if it's not similar to other places, keep that in mind. That would be my only really thing there, but that's really nitpicking. This is great. Like audio upload simplified. I would say I'd put a like dash or bracket break or whatever you want to call it. And then I would say Authors Republic's step-by-step guide, just so that it's more clear. You're not getting, because again, YouTube's going to try to serve this to people who are looking on uploading audiobooks. And if they send it to people trying to upload to other platforms, it's going to hurt this video. And we don't want that either, right? So really solid, just maybe a little more focus. Love that we have, you're not doing the different breaks. This is actually a very kind of clever way if you don't like how it is. My only feedback would be is try to link to another video if you can here, Monique. Very solid either way. Like, cannot complain. Audio upload guide. Love this. Really decent tags here. I see a hashtag, so maybe we can add a few more. Oh, this description. Heck yeah, Monique. That's what we're talking about. Oh, I love this. Love this. Cannot complain. Really great job. Not saying that that we haven't seen some really good descriptions before, just that this one looks really solid. Love to see it. Show transcript. If you decide to upload your audiobooks to Authors Republic, then this is the long overdue video how to actually love it. You'd waste no time. You get right to the point. Monique delivering the value. Love, love, love to see it. Monique, I mean, you are crushing it here. I mean, I'm struggling to see really. I mean, again, the title change is so slight, but I would do it. Really solid. Dang, this is what we love to see. I mean, Monique, I don't know what more I can add except maybe add chapters. That's again the feedback we gave David. I feel like maybe some chapters here because like if I want to rewatch this video on how to upload to Authors Republic, sometimes having those moments where I can click back and go, okay, here's how I can edit something in Authors Republic. Again, you're gonna know your video better than I will. But dang, this is really good. I think, folks, and you can, you can agree to disagree here, but I think I gotta go for an A. This is a solid A. Like, good job, Monique. I can't I can't really say much more than that. Why is this not an A plus? Give me some chapters. If you update this within the stream, it's an A plus with some chapters there. Without the chapters though, just an A. Nitpick, but A. We're firm but fair, hopefully. Here, that's the goal anyway. Firm but fair. All right, let's keep going. We have more. So let us take a look. Now, It's Circle Time has been patiently waiting, and so are people who are looking for the opportunity. So, It's Circle Time is up next, but do not fret. You have that chance for that free YouTube channel review. So here we go. It's Circle Time. We are going to go ahead and pull up your channel. We did not also forget about Neo Matrixology. You are also in the queue. We just got to go between, some free opportunities and some of the paid. No shade, no tea. Omaha in the chat. If you have questions, please feel free. Took an hour on the description. The work paid off. It is so good. So, an Andrew pick says Doug Houston. I even put the playlist link in that now too. I have to be consistent moving forward. Yes, I get lazy too. The upload defaults that YouTube provides can be a lifesaver if you're using tools like TubeSpanner. You can have another high level opportunity to put them in your descriptions. You're using TubeBuddy, vidIQ, whatever. They all offer those things. Ooh, the A's are coming in fast. Love it. Yes, they are, Pam. All right, now we have waited long enough since we have, how fitting, 2 A's in the live stream, 2 A's in Omaha. Let's go ahead and draw. Can he get the drum roll right? Probably not. We try anyway. Gosh darn it, one of these days. Pam, wow. Pam literally said the A's are rolling in. The Streamyard people heard you. They represent for Pam. Shout outs, Pam. I did not plan that. That is incredible. So yes, okay, Pam, you're in the queue. All right, now we know it's circle time. Woo-hoo! First off, I love the color here. I think, we have Miss Robin Reads a Lot. We have Miss Sarah Sunshine. Clear action to subscribe, especially for Made for Kids. There's two audiences that any Made for Kids channel is playing for. The parents who are more likely to read this and need this. And then for the kids who are going to be looking for bright colors, they're going to be looking for fun. They're going to be looking for that. And I think you balance it oh so well. But I'm going to go ahead and go to your recent video 7 days ago. Okay. Again, we wasted no time. We jump right into it. Let's go. It's circle time. Now, because you're Made for Kids, you have a unique set of limitations that normal YouTube channels don't have. If you're watching this and you're like, why should I care about Made for Kids, or what? This doesn't really apply. It does. It absolutely does. But there's some things that I'm going to tell It's Circle Time you as a normal, full, not Made for Kids YouTube channel shouldn't do. First off, this piece of advice is exclusively for Made for Kids channels. I would, if I'm you, It's Circle Time, add an @ to the name. So I'd put @It's Circle Time. Why? Because on Made for Kids, they don't have a lot of opportunities for trackable or getting back to the YouTube channel. Put it in the title, because if a kid clicks on it and gets right back there, that's great. And YouTube knows how to do that. So solid there. Looking here, I see you have chapters. I see that you have that. Very good. There are no comments because it is Made for Kids. Go ahead and leave a like. I would just say, because again, most of the time parents would be not so much reading this, I would definitely maybe not have the space so that these first 200 characters are important. Love the use of hashtag videos for toddlers, toddler learning, toddler speech. These are great examples of broad appeal hashtags. But then, like, if you look at her tags, which need to be more based on the title, these are specific to the title. Love to see it. I would, instead of just having intro for It's Circle Time, I would really say learn to talk, sing, and play intro, right? Because you want to make sure that if someone is looking for this title, it's in that chapter. So when it shows on Google, it's there. Maybe it is learn the color purple, learn to dance, learn five. Like, you have learn a lot, right? So maybe we put learn in front of all of these if it makes sense. Really solid there. Chapters, really solid use of them. Because you have some of these limitations, this is good. Like, I'm not seeing anything that's really bad. Maybe I would say, because you have all of these chapters, maybe put them in. So maybe instead of baby videos, it's like learn to talk baby videos. Maybe it is learn to talk toddler videos. Again, a little bit more specified to this. But this isn't bad at all. This isn't bad at all. This is solid. Like 10 out of 10. Really good. So with that, I have to say, I mean, you're doing a lot right. I know you have some limitations to YouTube. Like, I know you don't have info cards or end screens. I know you don't get comments, but you're doing a lot right. It's going to be more nitpicky things, which are like putting some of these here, maybe for search purposes, because SEO is super important for Made for Kids, is you put some of the songs a little bit higher in case someone's looking for it. That's really it for, when it comes to that. So really solid. I mean, this is honestly an A plus, really no notes. You're doing a lot right. It's just those small changes, like putting the description instead of putting that, because again, your audience may not even be reading it. They might be watching on phones, but YouTube will definitely be reading it. I need water. So It's Circle Time says, okay. And I have, since last time I've ever done one of these, I've since helped a lot of Made for Kids channels now. I understand your struggles. With that, really solid. No complaints. Now, Pam is our winner, but we have time. We do. We are going to type in hashtag, and you're seeing the tool live. I don't really care. Daryl Eves is going to start collecting comments. That's who I'm going to send you after this for his stream. Hashtag Daryl Eves. Shout outs to the Vid Summit crew. Shout outs to Daryl Eves. Hydrate, as Ike said. Looks like you're doing great. Energy looks perfect for kids too. Could not disagree. Could not disagree. Now, next is Neo, because we're entering in the Matrix. Matrix 5 finally announced. Even that little feedback is new to me. Well, it's Circle Time. I'm happy I can help. It's a YouTube day. Loving it. Absolutely it is. It's a great day for YouTube today. English Fun Zone. Great to see you. Now, as we are having the giveaway tool up for Daryl Eves here, shout outs to the man, the myth, the legend. Nobody knows YouTube like that guy, according to his channel trailer. And honestly, most of us. But some fun there. I would say this. If you're enjoying this live stream would not be possible without the amazing people in the membership. Thank you all for watching, and thank you so much for supporting this channel. I talk about how to make YouTube affordable, accessible, how to create better stories. That sounds like something you're interested in. Consider subscribing. And I do these live streams every other week, so bi-weekly. Daryl Eves is on the board. But we cannot lose track of Matrix 5 is finally announced. 1.2K views in 2 days. That's incredible. I don't think there's much I could tell you to change on that title. I think that's the kind of title that most people, and myself included, who like these films would like to see. Great job. Again, we keep seeing this freaking we keep seeing these spaces. Please, 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 people. One continuation, as we saw with Monique, there are ways to do this more creatively. Make sure you're putting it there. I would also, especially because you're getting people interested in Matrix 5, put another Matrix video linked for you, specifically Neo Matrixology, because it is so important. That's 3 too many Matrix's 30-day reviews. Hot take, depending who you talk to. Matrix 5, The Matrix. I think these are good. Maybe I would say Matrix 5 news, Matrix 5 is real. I would say Matrix 5 finally announced. I see you put announcement. I would put finally announced. Matrix 5's what you need to know. The Matrix 5, just again, keeping up with the 5. Matrix 5 news you have. So maybe The Matrix, because it might be a different way people are going to search for it. Really good there. This is a pretty short video. I wouldn't say you need to maybe worry too much about it. Really solid description. Matrix 5, Matrix 5, Matrix 5. Love it. I guess last thing to do is check transcript. Ah, gosh. Pains me to do this. To break that number. If you know, you know. But here we go. Welcome to the bottom of the rabbit hole. Salute to the Yellow Pill subscribers turning in. You're in this video. We're going to, right, Matrix 5 right there. This announcement is looking very real, so let's get straight into it. Article says Fifth Matrix cannot. I mean, I don't know how far this rabbit hole can go. You're doing so much right. Genuinely, good job. Only again, my nitpicky things are going to be just change this a little bit. Love that you have the variety article. Good to have that there. Maybe though, link to more something that gives value to neo-matrixology compared to a different source. I would maybe link back to your channel, but again, we're getting literally in the weeds on that one. Hey, we're just I think I gotta give this an A. I don't really see much more I could do or recommend, except those minor things, but they're pretty minor. A. Great job. Thank you for that opportunity. Love that so many are doing so much right. Yes, exactly. Now, again, just because you're doing everything right doesn't mean that just because the SEO is right doesn't mean that the thumbnail's working, doesn't mean that there are other things that can be improved. And that's things to think about. And that's something that as we're getting close to the end here, we're going to talk about because I want to make sure people get to Daryl Leaves' stream, but that's just stuff to think about. Okay. Now my computer's starting to lag because of all these tabs, so I have added them. I'm adding them now to my watch later to make sure I support the creators that have asked me to support them. Okay. So now we have our giveaway tool. Gonna go ahead and put Daryl Leaves back on screen where we're going after this. How do you improve views on videos, even if you have the most compelling title and thumbnail? How do you get them in? So SEO and title are really what is driving that, and we're going to talk about that in a bit. But basically, when you have good SEO, it helps YouTube send it out and get you impressions. Impressions are when YouTube is working and sending your content out. Click-through rate, which is actually called impressions click-through rate, is how the audience responds when YouTube puts it in front of people. I'm going to show you something that I think can really help with that. Neo-Matrixology, thanks for the review. I didn't know I can control what videos fill that open space until the live stream. Learn something new every day. Exactly. Let them go deeper in that rabbit hole. If you understand, you know. All right. I think we have some time here. Let's pull up Pam. Pam, love to see it. Creative marketing, artistic inspiration. Let's go to the latest video. Let's see. Etsy. Ooh, Etsy news immediately. Love it. Let's go. Let's go deep. I know Pam knows what she's doing. So Etsy news, Etsy fake sales. What's going on with Etsy's share price and more? Immediately, I know what I'm getting. I think that you can't be any more clear. Etsy news, Etsy fake sales. What's going on at Etsy's share price and more? This is so solid. I mean, it got a like when we were watching it. It's going to get another right now. Really solid. Really love it. In today's Etsy news, we cover everything that's happened to Etsy this week on Etsy. Where are those fake sales coming from? Are the Etsy stock prices dropping? Smart description. Really good here. Tags. Not tags. Chapters. Again, maybe just repeat. Instead of just saying intro, you say Etsy news. You put your title and then intro just to get small thing you can do. Really solid here. I would also maybe link to another video you have above the fold here. So if I scroll down to show less, if you're wondering, because I've said the fold a lot, the fold on YouTube is what I mean when I am talking about the stuff that shows after the more. YouTube fold is anything after that. Above the fold, YouTube looks at. After it, they kind of don't value as much as the other parts. We're going to go below the fold and look at the transcript. Maybe add more hashtags, maybe hashtag Etsy news, hashtag Etsy fake sales. Again, kind of keeping with what you've said in the title. I mean, titles, chapters. Pam, this is solid. And look at that. When you have chapters, if you didn't know, it actually breaks it up and it looks in your chapter to make sure what you talk about in the chapter is in the transcript. YouTube is serious, folks, when I tell you they don't want to recommend videos that don't talk about the right thing. This is proof of it. So Etsy News, your weekly rundown of what's been going on in the world of Etsy. And then this week, I solved the mystery where the fake Etsy orders are coming. Again, this is just YouTube auto captions not being good. You could edit this just to kind of help it because Eddie, but this from this Eddie, yeah, maybe I would actually because it keeps thinking you're saying Eddie instead of Etsy. This is where AI is not 1000% perfect, folks. But I mean, it could also be helped if you do put that in the intro, which is also why I say put your title as an intro. So yeah, I see people are asking, how do you put chapters? I actually have a video on YouTube chapters that I will link in the chat for everyone if you're curious on how to add YouTube chapters. It actually kind of covers my mindset as well when it comes to YouTube chapters. So if you're like, how do I add chapters? This is how. So let us go ahead and pull that into the chat. There's the video. I posted it there. But yeah, chapters are super helpful when it comes to YouTube in general. Back to Pam. I don't know what Pam. This is you're making my life very easy today. A+. Again, my nitpicky things are linking above the fold back to yourself. Maybe do a playlist about Etsy. I'm sure you probably have. Change the intro here. You have more character options and tags. I mean, I'm in the weeds for like what I can recommend you to do because you're just doing it right. Okay, this is a great question, and this comes from Case Kids. Question: do you recommend that for every one video we do 3 to 5 shorts? Okay, love this question. Here's what YouTube says. When it comes to YouTube Shorts, YouTube says for every one video, try, keyword is try, doesn't mean do, to make 2 shorts per one long video. Now, I say that you want to give your content time to breathe. You want to give your opportunity to shine. I would say that if in a week you put out 1 long video and you're doing 2 shorts, put the long video out again 7 days. If you put it out on Friday, give it 2 days for the first short, 2 days for the next. 48 hours between those pieces so that all your content has the time to shine. That's kind of my easy, quick recommendation there. Thank you. I made some changes while you're watching you. Hey, yeah, I mean, I had no idea, but now your audience has an incredible experience when they look at this video. Great work. I mean, Pam, 10 A+. I mean, what more can I say? You got it. Now, I had teed this up at the top, and I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, okay, he kept saying something about how he's going to show us some behind the scenes stuff. Let's get into it. And this is actually a failure on my part. I am not perfect. We do not always get the stuff we want. So I'm going to walk you through a story. And if you can follow, then you can understand where we're going. Because this is important. I'm not perfect. Never claimed to be a student to this game. I am. This is a story all about how my impressions got turned upside down. All right. We're going to be taking a look at this video here. This is a video of mine. I want to show you what YouTube sees this video, right? Now, this video's click-through rate at the start was 2.7%. Look at the amount of impressions. YouTube sent it out. I can see. When you see impressions, that's how many people YouTube has shown your video to. 15,000 people. Of those 15,000 people that YouTube has shown this video to, only 2.7% click through to watch, which led to these views. A lot of creators will have high impressions, myself included, 15,000 people is a lot. If you need to know, 15,000 people, if they were right there in front of me, I would be incredibly overwhelmed by that amount of people. So YouTube, as the platform, has put my content in front of 15,000. If you are watching, go to your latest video, pull up your impressions. Actually, go to a video about a month old. Maybe not your most recent. Go to, if that is your most recent, it's about a month old. Go to it. Let's learn together. Follow along, folks. So YouTube told me I put this in front of 15K people. Only 2.7% are interested based on your thumbnail. Now, folks, a lot of people are like, oh, Mr. Beast gets clicked. It's not true. This original thumbnail did not have this hand. It was just Mr. Beast and the different color options. This video is called Adobe Color for Beginners. And if we go to the actual details, right? Let's go to the title. How to match colors like a pro for free. This is working in terms of YouTube sending it out. What do I mean by that? Well, YouTube, we can see, is sending it out because I have these amount of impressions. YouTube knows kind of where to send it. But because my click-through rate was only 2.7% at launch, not many people are actually clicking on it. So this is bad. So I changed this thumbnail about 6 months ago. And let's look at how it's changed over the last 90 days. So YouTube, since adding in this little eyedropper, since adding in the hand, I think this thumbnail is not that much different, but it made a difference to the audience because it's teaching people how to choose colors from their favorite creators. The eyedrop tool is a common tool used, right? So I had to change my thumbnail. My SEO was good. It's still good. Look at this. The impressions are high, but my thumbnail was holding me back. So when I changed the thumbnail, look at this over the last 90 days, 6%. That is way improved from the 2% we were at, 2.7%. And that was a failure on my part. The thumbnail I made just didn't connect. And that's fine. Look, if you're going to be precious on anything, thumbnail, you shouldn't be too, do what's best for the viewers. That's what I had to do. Be precious on the video itself. Be willing to change the thumbnail. So when I changed that thumbnail, here we are. 6% click-through rate over 90 days. If we go to 28 days, we're at 7.3%. If we go to the last week, we're at 8.5. You can improve your thumbnails. Now my impressions are a little lower. That can happen. But you can do it. You can improve compared to where we were by changing the thumbnail. I didn't just, and love this question. I didn't adjust the title at all. It was just the thumbnail. The title was getting impressions. It was working. The thumbnail wasn't. That's on me. I did the SEO right. I didn't do the thumbnail right. So if you're getting impressions, but you're not getting views, the thumbnail or title, but most likely the thumbnail, if you're getting a lot of impressions, most likely it's the thumbnail. And that can be a huge difference. That's why talking about data like this is important. That's why sharing these things is important. So that's why we're doing these SEO reviews, because if you understand SEO and you see you're getting impressions, next we talk about thumbnails. All right. Now, here it comes, the time of the night Daryl leaves, even though it's the day for me. All right. Here we go. Calvin the Unfindable. I'm a little scared on account of how unfindable is this channel. We're going to have to figure this out together. Huh. Me now having to find an unfindable channel. Okay, let's go. Calvin the Unfindable. Calvin the Unfindable. All right, I found his channel. All right, I found it. I got to go ahead and tell you, Calvin, you're quite findable. I was misled. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine? Amazing Animals of the British Isles. Fact cards. Okay. I mean, it is exactly what it says it is going to be. Maybe just to be a little, again, when I look at the title, maybe it is Learn Amazing Animals of the British Isles. Maybe it's like Amazing Animals of the British Isle fact cards. You won't believe what I learned, or maybe you even share a unique fact to get people to want to click on and watch. Again, just something to think about. Do you love learning about amazing wildlife? With these amazing animals of the British Isle fact card, love it. Organic, love it. You'll have a complete set of cards each time. Amazing animals again. The set. Only thing I would say, and again, we've given this advice, is try to get rid of this space that is here and then link to a full video above the fold. Other than that, really solid. The title and description are matching. We're lacking on the card. We're lacking on the tags, Calvin. You've shown me so much good. Also leave a like. But you're doing so much right, so I want to see more tags. I know you can do it. Now, if we go deeper, there's some missing hashtags. I would add some of those. I'd maybe do amazing animals hashtag British Isles, hashtag animal fact cards. Those are 3 simple ones I just came up with at the top of my head. Make sure to have a pinned comment. Really recommended on that. And then let's look at the transcript. And because this is a longer video, if you have different facts about different animals, maybe you are like, I see what appears to be a fox. Maybe it's like fox card. Maybe it's a spider, bat. You can really kind of have some fun with it. Today, I thought we would have a look at this little pack of cards. This is the amazing animals of the British. This is where YouTube AI isn't great. Oils? Isles. They're fact cards, so they're not quiz cards. They've just got facts on them. Nice and substantial card-wearing books. Not bad. Really good. You talk about it right there. Again, I know it should be Isles. That's where YouTube AI is not our best friend right now. But again, that's why you also should check your transcript. Fun fact. This through transcripts, sometimes your videos can get demonetized because sometimes that AI hears things that aren't true. One time, I was watching and reviewing a YouTube channel with someone, he does baseball, and he said pitches with a P. Pitches. YouTube thought he was talking about female dogs. Demonetized. Metadata includes the transcript. Review it if you're randomly demonetized. Because once he changed that, it was monetized again. But like, he literally, it was just kind of funny because like, I see where YouTube got misled. Make sure to check. But that's just a real example of someone who actually got demonetized because of something the transcript misheard. Honestly, you're doing a lot right. I think if anything, this is a very solid B+. I'd give a B to B+. I would just say, consider some chapters around the different amazing animal facts. I would say tags. You can easily do that. Pam, you are asking a great question, a question I actually have also made a video on. So how to add, on YouTube, transcript is now the closed caption. I will go ahead and put this in the chat if you're looking to do that. Calvin goes, I've never had a B in anything. I will take that. Well, now you will take that, and I hope you enjoy it. And, I just wanted to give a massive shout out to everyone who's watched today. If you have not gotten the opportunity to get your channel reviewed, we have a free Discord server linked in the description and memberships where you can get individualized help with our group, right? So we do group coaching calls in our membership. We have a link in the description and the join button. This live stream was made possible by our different members today, and I can't thank you all so much. After this, you need to be watching Daryl Leaves. Daryl Leaves is live right now. And I would redirect on YouTube, but I'm not in Daryl's list. But what you can do for me, if you're watching this, go say to Daryl that you were sent by Andrew Can. I've linked it. Thank you all so much for the opportunity to take a look at your channel today. I'm Andrew Can, and if I can, you can too. Go check out Daryl's stream.